Welcome to Coach Jones, video number 12. I've got to get the board trimmed down to lengthways and widthways before I can do any of the painting or staining. So what I'm going to be doing right now, I've already cut this edge off. I'm going to be cutting this line right here. I'm going to follow that line with this jigsaw, cut this little section off right here, and then I'll do the same thing on the other two ends. I'll sand this all smooth and get it nice and flat, and it'll look good when I get through with it. But to sand these edges, because they're not exactly perfectly straight, I have a straight edge that I know is straight because I've sanded it or cut it on my table saw, so I know it's got a good flat, sharp, square edge. So I've got it from corner to corner set up, and now I've got an edge that I can sand down and get it square. So here we go. All right, just like that, we've got a good square edge. Looks good and sharp, nice square. I'm tickled with it. So when I come back, we'll be doing the final sanding on the rest of the sign and getting it ready to add the pre-stain conditioner to it, and then we'll be staining it. So hang on, we'll be back just as quick as we can. All right, one of the last things we got to do is final sanding. I've already done this edge and that edge. I've got to do this edge and this edge, and then look for some spots I need to touch up in the center. But this is all hand sanding from here on out. So this is the boring part, but I love sanding. I'm weird. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking away the sharp edges and kind of giving it a little bit of a refined touch. This thing right here. And that's all there is to it. Next thing I'll do, and I'm not going to film that, will be looking down inside all of the carvings and looking for any little bits of burrs that need to be sanded out and cleaned up. Just kind of a last minute checkup before we get into the pre-staining conditioner and then the staining. So hang on, we'll be back. So we're going to just be applying this liberally to all of the surfaces. We're not going to skip any of it. Okay, now I'm going to let this set for 10 minutes, and then I'll wipe off the excess, and then we'll turn the board over and we'll do the conditioning of the other side. So I'll be back. Now we're going to start applying it here on the front, and this is where we're going to make sure we apply it real liberally since we have so much texture here. So we're not going to be stingy with the conditioner and all this, because basically all this carved wood is like open end, fresh, bare cut wood. So it's going to be just absorbing it right in. So again, I'm not going to bore you with a lot of talking. And for those of you who are watching and you're wondering what the BFND stands for, it's Black cat fight never dies. And that is the logo for the Bay City Black Cats out of Bay City, Texas. That's their motto. And Coach Jones is in his first year as a head coach, and he is a former Bay City football player, and they went to state, I believe it was his senior year. And when he took back over the program this year, that motto hadn't been around for a while, so he has brought it back. And it's my understanding that the school has taken that thing and run with it. Everybody is BFND all over the place. So it's good to know that they still got pride over there. And my customer has chosen a stain that's called, turn around if I can get it correctly, it's called Red Mahogany. That she wanted a darker stain, so we're going to do it in Red Mahogany. Anyway, that's got the back side of it stained. So I'm going to flip it over and get it back where I want it right there. And now we will start applying stain on the front side. Well, good morning. This is the day we have been waiting for. We're going to start the painting process. Finally. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the background, the deepest part of the logo here. We're going to work our way from the bottom up, and I'm so excited. This is what I wanted to see happening. So get the brush prepped, and then we're gonna get after it. So first touch of black going in on Coach Jones. And now it is time for the second coat on the gold, and we'll see if we can't get this one touched up. And hopefully 2, maybe 3 coats is all it's going to take. But we're going to get after it and we're going to see what we can do. Yeah, I think it's going to take at least 3 coats to do it. So, but that's all right. We're going to get it done. All right, we're going to see if we can get the third coat applied and hopefully get a good covering on all this gold. All right, welcome to the conclusion of Coach Jones. I would like to point out something on this. The colors in this video look like they are yellow and blue, when in fact, because of my LED lights, you're not seeing the true colors. The yellow is actually a gold color, which is the colors closely resembling the Bay City Black Cats colors. The logo in the center, if you'll remember, is a 4-dimensional cut logo. The black is the deepest cut. The next deepest would be the blue, and then the white would be the next, and then everything gold is the surface of the board. So that's a 4-dimensional logo. The letters are all carved out at about 1/4 of an inch deep, and then outlined all the way around, and the inside letters are not quite 1/4 of an inch deep, so it gives it a dimensional effect, and that's what we were looking for. The pattern that I used to make the special background, I sanded the tops of the letter, or of the board, and it kind of distressed the background, and kind of gives it almost like a stone effect. So when the weather permits, right now it's raining and the temperatures are cool and I cannot put the clear coat on, but in another day or so I'll be able to apply the clear coat once the rain gets out of here, and it's going to pop out and it's going to look so much better. So I think it's going to be probably the best sign that I have carved to date. I am really, really proud of this one. So I want to thank everyone who's followed me along the way. I appreciate it, and if you would, please hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, and you might as well hit that bell icon so you get notified every time that I post another video. And lastly, if you would, please share my channel and my videos with your family and friends. I'd greatly appreciate it, and it would help me out tremendously. So again, thank you everyone for following me, and I will see you soon when I start my next project. Have a good one.